Scrapyard. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. Working on a small project here. Started off to be something basic. Just get the fans off my desk that were cluttered and get them in an area where I can put them up well, not to knock them over. So I thought I was going to drop them into these cardboard boxes. And just one thing led to another, and voila, we have this. So this is basically my scrap tower power station that's run by these little micro robots. And the story we got behind this, what in the world did I just basically, oh, it's a charge cord. And we're going to make some glow-in-the-dark powder to put around the fans and everything. Got some highly glow-in-the-dark powder here that's green. And then we have some glow-in-the-dark pinks, which we're just going to all mix together. That's pretty much it. Does it have to be green? Not really, to tell you the truth. This stuff turns green. I just want to get the inside of my fan area. I can get this thing open. Oh, these things shut, they shut. There we go. Powder activator. That's a nice, pretty color. I like that color. Yeah, that looks so nice. I like that. Stand for this one. Let me go in and order I think it's bronze. I need bronze, black, and I think gold. It actually comes off better with yellow, black, and a little bit of brown to pull off the rust look. So we're gonna have to rust it out a little bit. The glow in the dark we're gonna use is gonna be 3-coat application. We're gonna do a heavy powder, and then basically go in and go dab it over and over again. This is just the first stage. You're gonna have to go do multiple paint jobs in order to get it where we need to get it at. So this is nothing. It's just the first stage of paints. First coat. Okay, where's the towel brick for this thing? Sheesh. You can put over there? I'm gonna do that. This is way over there. Way over there. That's stupid. It's way over there. Keep going things around. That's what that comes from. All lights. Flip it. Turn section there. Where's the oh, nice. I'm going to have to put a LED system for the top one. I'm going to put a LED system up there with that paint came out really nice. I want a mixture of pink and green for the reactor. So this will glow once we get some of those here lights from here. So when we put those LED lights in there, this thing is going to actually glow up quite nicely. Anywhere, this is the glow in the dark. How you make the hot pink glow from blue neon. Use the activation powder. Get that to work. That's what I told you, put the activation powder in there, and boom. The regular stuff like this doesn't really glow all that well. It's not high enough, and that's why you put that activation powder in there. Put a little blue lights on that, and boom. That's how gorgeous that looks. Look at that. So, activation powder is working nicely. Woo. Gotta get a fan going on in there. Turn this off. We've got a kill switch for this. There we go. Even though the power station is going to be rusted and all that, I do want the radiation coming off of it, the bio goo. I don't want it to just be green. I want to have a mixture of colors in it. Can't wait to start working on our neon forest. Is going to be gorgeous. Can't wait to start working on that. I think I'm going to just start building the props and all that stuff ahead of time. I remember watching some Mr. Bean, which is my favorite cartoon to watch. And yes, I watch cartoons. I love cartoons. As a matter of fact, I don't even eat cereal unless I'm watching cartoons. That's my favorite cartoon, is Mr. Bean. So I'm not worried about any of the paint spilling, because pretty soon we're going to have to do a whole entire rust job first in these particular areas, and then like a silver job done for the slabs, cement, scrap, and stuff. We have to get this slabs of steel, kind of age kind of look to it. We'll get some clear pipe cleaners and make some copper piping. Right now, I just want to saturate the inside of this. And I think Taco's making biscuits again. What kind of biscuits are we making, Taco? I like that kind of green and neon pink design. I like that. One thing I like about doing this kind of work right here, it doesn't have to be neat. Chaos is beautiful. That's what I like about it. So some of the paint drips down and it falls. It's art. All of it's art. So once we get all this painted up the way you want to, I want to kind of rust it, old copper, and kind of corroded materials. I want slabs of steel overlapping each other, and I want wild grass growing with flowers growing out. It's coming to me bit by bit by bit, but that's what I want. It's like the machine's own personal piece of peace, no humans at all, somewhere they can just go and work. Because you humans are freaking annoying. People want to get up there and get mad about that. We're just doing art, people. Don't take it personally. You know, that's the thing about it. People just take things too personally. You know, it's just art. That's all it is. Like, oh my God, no humans. I'm going to tell you something. I don't think robots would want to be here on us all day long. I wouldn't want to be here on us all day long either. There are days I just gotta go someplace and just be by myself. Always making biscuits, tacos making biscuits, tacos making biscuits for everyone. You making them biscuits? You making them biscuits in there. What kind of biscuits you making? I hope they Popeye biscuits. I freaking love me some Popeye biscuits. Yes, sirree. We had to talk about who makes the best biscuits. I think Popeyes do. French fries, I would say McDonald's hands down. I think McDonald's make um, the best French fries. I do. But some people say it could be Checkers, but Checkers went out of business. I think it did because they said I haven't seen one in a while. But I think that McDonald's make the best French fries. I think they really do. We're gonna go back over that with some green neon too. Some green neon and then some pink. Probably add a little splash of yellow in there. And then once we get the nice bronze job done, like the rusted material done, then we're gonna basically go back over again and do a recoat of it. We'll take our little robots and we'll get some separate green and dip it in there like they've been walking around. Bean is always getting in trouble. And people were trying to figure out what is Bean. Is Bean an alien or is he an angel? What is Bean? You watch Mr. Bean where he gets thrown down and then there's this light over top of him. So some people think he's alien and some people think he's an angel. Well, actually in the cartoon it tells exactly what Bean is. Bean is actually an alien. It's an angel. I thought it was an angel too, because you hear the music playing in the background, you see him running in different directions, but you hear that music like, oh, and you're thinking, Bean an angel? But no, Bean's actually an alien. So there's an episode on Mr. Bean in the cartoons that shows him bumping into another person that's just like him in the park. They're exactly the same, except for this one doesn't have a teddy bear. This one I think has a penguin or something, some stuffed animal he has. So anyway, they spend the day together, which is interesting because I think Bean is a child. I don't think Bean is a full adult because the other part that he found, the person that was just like him in the park is more mature. You know, Bean treats his girlfriend, you know, he's a kid. He's literally a kid at the end of the day. I think Bean is a child alien. So he's just mischief. So basically, when he meets the other person's more mature, you know, he dances with his lady, he basically treats her like a lady, and, you know, Bean gets a little jealousy and all that stuff like that. But near the end, they end up going into a flying, she ends up taking her to a flying saucer, and he basically follows behind them. She comes out screaming because there's a whole bunch of him up there. There's a lot of them, they all look like him. And then when she comes on, she tries to warn Bean, like, don't go up in there. Bean goes in and he sees his people, and he goes, oh, shoot. Now he kind of remembers, like, this is where I came from. And Bean doesn't care about her at all, period. But the other alien realizes he has a really nice lady friend, and he needs to stay with her because she needs him. So as he's up in the flying saucer, he's ready to go back to his planet, and she's down there crying and screaming, poor Bean, poor Bean, poor Bean. And he looks at him and he says, goodbye, Mr. Bean. And lets him go. He puts him down back on Earth for her. And the Bean looks up and goes, till next time. Yeah, Bean's an alien. But he just does some crazy stuff, but everybody thought that he was a whatchamacall. Now, also an angel, but he's not. Also, too, if you look at on Fantasy Island, what is Mr. Rourke? Because Mr. Rourke has powers. He's not like a normal human being. So, what is Mr. Rourke? I looked that up too. I was kind of hoping I was wrong on this, because if it is what I think it is, not good. So, this guy, what is Mr. Rourke? What is Mr. Rourke from Fantasy Island? People have been asking for this for the longest time. Like, what exactly is he? Because he can grant wishes. Like, is he a genie? People thought he was a genie. Everybody thought maybe he might be an angel. See, so Mr. Rourke has supernatural powers. He's not actually human, as you can tell. And he can grant wishes. So they said Mr. Rourke is an angel that's stuck in purgatory. That's not good at all, period. That's extremely bad. So I used to watch Fantasy Island as a kid, you know. It was a thing. It came on after Love Boat, Fantasy Island, Chips. You watch Chips, you watch Fantasy Island. After that, first it was Love Boat and then it was Fantasy Island. You know, and it was about this guy who had this island with a little guy called named Tattoo, and people would come there and they would grant their wishes. But did you ever think about it? What is Mr. Rourke? Because Mr. Rourke is not human. So, I'm thinking maybe it's a genie. You know, because maybe that's it, but it doesn't ask for wishes. So, what is he? And people pay to get on the island. So, what is Mr. Rourke? So, it says that Mr. Rourke is an angel that's stuck in purgatory. This is Earth. Earth would be considered to be purgatory. That's what they consider Earth to be purgatory, but it's not. But that's not bad. That's not good. Why would an angel be stuck in purgatory? Angels don't belong down there. Angels belong in heaven. So what did he do? Because that means he got thrown out of heaven in order to be there. He's stuck. They didn't say he can go to and fro. He's stuck. But it's interesting because I never really thought about it when I was a kid. Nobody really thought about it. You know what I mean? Fantasy Island, Tattoo. So it's interesting to figure out what was Mr. Rourke. What was he? He had powers, which he did. The whole cast right there. He had immortality. So there's a number of things he was. He couldn't die. Which was interesting because there was an episode where he was visited by the devil. There was an episode of that. I remember that part. Famous actor is the guy who played the devil. Is Mr. Rourke an angel? So that's the view of the angel. It's an angel stuck in purgatory. Angels don't get stuck in purgatory at all, period. You can be condemned to purgatory. You're not stuck. There's a twist to the ending. I never saw the ending of Fantasy Island, so now I gotta go watch that. I didn't watch it. I was young when all this came out. Mr. Rourke. Oh, come on. We really gotta get to all this cookie stuff. Cookie this, cookie that. Let me see. Fantasy Island hinted that Mr. Rourke is an immortal being of some sort. His actor, Ricardo, verifies. Oh, gee whiz. That is not good at all. That's definitely not good. That's really. I told you. Only way an angel can be stuck, you can't be stuck in purgatory. You're put there for a reason. You can't be stuck in there. If you're one of God's angels, there's no way in the world you're going to be put in a situation where you're in danger. He's a fallen angel. You know what fallen angels are. Not good ones. Not good ones at all. We didn't even know that we were watching as kids. Never knew that what he was. My mom would have never let us watch that. So Fantasy Island hinted that Mr. Rourke is an immortal being of some sort. His actors on the phone theorizing he was a fallen angel, and the island itself was purgatory. Gee whiz, see, that's what I'm talking about. That you got to really research some of this stuff that you watch at the end of the day, because you never know what you could be watching. You gotta be careful. I never knew that. I watched that when I was a kid. Our whole family watched that. Everybody watched. It was a very popular TV show. So even though people say, well, he's not like that. No, but it's what you play, and what you play is what you invite. I never knew that. He was a fallen, he was a fallen angel. That's why I say it's a purgatory. What's an angel doing in purgatory? Can't be stuck in purgatory. You're sent to purgatory. That's where that comes from. This may have some weight. Well, yeah, I remember Robbie McDowell is a famous actor. He's the one that played the devil. But Mr. Rourke, so for Mr. Rourke, he was after Mr. Rourke's soul. It's Paris. It's not Fantasy Island once it started. That's kind of backwards right there. That'd be completely backwards. So he's a fallen angel. Let's see, he was a fallen angel, and the island itself was purgatory. Well, purgatory wouldn't be a good place to be at. It would be an awful place to be at. This may have some weight. As the devil played by Roddy McDowell appeared on some episodes, he was after Mr. Rourke's soul. Rourke was also showed as magic power. Occasionally, some use of magic powers. Consider illustration. Mr. Rourke has been a powerless wizard, maybe some kind of human. So they got all different kinds of theories on it. All kinds of theories on what he was. Now, for some people might say, like, well, you know, that's nothing bad. It's not. Yeah, that is pretty bad. That's like extremely bad. That's what I said. Falling. What's he doing in purgatory? When you're a child, you don't think about that stuff. I went back to watching Fantasy Island. As you know, it's an old episode. I watched Chips, all them Starsky and Hutch, all that stuff back in the day. So I started watching Fantasy Island. Now you're an adult, you think more. You're like, huh, what the frick is Mr. Rourke? I mean, people come to the island. It's a special island. No one knows where it's at. You got to have an invite to come there, and you pay money there. These people come off the boat, and they once they go on the boat, he always says, "Are you sure you want this?" Because he kind of warns you like this when they're in there talking to him, and as he sits each one down about their wish or what they want, he warns them ahead of time. Like, once this thing starts, man, you know, it can get kind of crazy over there. And they go, yeah, I'm all for it. So they go and I guess they sign a waiver, and that's what happens. But it's how does he have this power? Now you're a kid, you don't think about it, but then as you get older, you start thinking like, wait a minute, like, how in the world is he doing all this? And then you find out later on that he's a fallen angel, and and the island that he's on is purgatory. Is it Roddy McDowell? Roddy McDowell. Yeah. He passed away in 1998. Man, he's a good actor, man. He's a really, really good actor. Gee whiz. I hate seeing that when these stars pass away. These guys are good actors, man. I wonder if he played in Finnegan's Rainbow. You know, that's another one that's really good. Finnegan's Rainbow. He's in Planet of the Apes. Oh, he's in all the good movies, man. He was in Fright Night. Lassie, Fright Night, Planet of the Apes. You got to have the faith. Oh my goodness, I could not stop laughing in the movie theaters on that one. Oh. You got to have the faith. You ever seen Fright Night? The movies back then in the 80s were freaking amazing. Absolutely amazing. I remember Fright Night. I went to the movies to see that. That was freaking crazy. I know this is my, just same thing. I was getting a lot of trouble still with those movies I was watching. But anyway, Fright Night was a shot. Like literally, there's a lot of vampire movies. Lost Boys. There's a whole lot of the movies out. But man, that one right there with Fright Night was crazy. Vampire moved over next door. It's like The Burbs too. The Burbs is another one. That's another one I freaking like with Tom Hanks. But Vampire moved in next door. And I guess the guy put out a cross like he really didn't have. It was him. Yeah, he was in it. It was him. He put out the cross, but he didn't have the faith. And the vampire started laughing like, oh, you can't use that on me. You gotta have the faith. And there were some people just running around telling me you gotta have the faith. Let me see. Gotta have the faith. That was crazy, man. Freaking, and they knew. They were in his house. That's I love those movies. They were in his house. He knew they were in his house. So he came up, and when it got late at night, he popped up at their front door, like out of nowhere. When he opened the door, he was right there. But he can't come in. He has to be invited in. Because the other guy knew everything about vampires, but the other guy didn't know jack about vampires at all. He was learning from the other guy who was basically studying vampires. And I think they were trying to stab him with the, they were trying to kill him. They opened up his coffin, actually got in his place, opened up his coffin, and they were going to stab him. But it was in pure wood. It was actually plastic. Plastic and wood or whatever it was, but it didn't kill him. So anyway, he came over. He was ticked. He was like, okay. Jokers want to sneak into my house and try to put a stake through my heart. It's on now. You started a war. You can't stop. So yeah, that joker popped up at their front door. And he was talking and everything, but he was changing his face. Like he was talking to them, he was changing to his original form. Oh, it's freaky. Like he was changing to them, but when he was talking to them, he's back to normal. Like, hey, so. Let them know he's going to mess y'all up. So the guy had this beautiful car. I think it was a Mustang or something, old Mustang. Anyway, he was driving, right? I'll tell you why. We're talking about the Mustang. So anyway, as he has this conversation, right, he's waiting to be invited in because he can't come in. The woman said, oh, come on in. What are you doing? And he walked in. But he didn't walk in. He floated in. So he was doing this to mess with them. They know, like, look, you got the real deal. Then you're in a lot of trouble. When she bited and she turned her back, he looked at them, eyes turned red, and he floated in. They were like, oh, shoot. So now he can come in anytime he wants to because he was invited in. So anyway, as he's as the party goes on, he says, well, it's time for me to go. I have to be able to work the next day. And he left. And all of a sudden, late at night, you hear this crash, like this crashing noise, right? And then he pops up in the window. He says, hey, if the guy's name's not Marty, but me is Marty anyway. Marty, by the way, I didn't like the fact that you came into my house and tried to kill me. So, eye for an eye, tooth for an eye. He said, I just smashed your car. And literally, he smashed his car. He was crushed. So it was crazy. So yeah, he had to hide the car because you know what I mean, what was going between him and the vampire and everything. It was funny. But actually, the interesting about it is his girlfriend is actually his wife in a former time, in a former whatever, you know what I'm talking about. And he wanted to marry, he wanted her back. That's how that started. But it was crazy, man. It was crazy. It's called Fright Night. And they had this real quirky, crazy friend. His name was Evil. He turned evil into a lap dog. Smell something cooking? Evil was crazy. But I'm going to find this guy right here, Dell. And let me see. He was on Fantasy Island. Fantasy. He was on Fantasy Island. Fantasy Island. Fantasy? Gee whiz, we can get with it already. Really? That's where we're going with that? We don't copy it to. Robert McDowell. Robert McDowell. No, it's never mind, forget it. No, you didn't ask for all that. Shut up. Roddy McDowell. I'm done with technology. I swear on so many levels it's not even funny. I swear I hate this stuff so much, man. Gotta stop relying on this stuff, man. What the freak? Now I gotta go back and look at that. Yeah. This is a version. He played on there. He played as the devil. So basically, one of the cast members, somebody came back. They needed help because they sold their soul to him. And he knew who he was. He knew what he was about. And he said, you really want to go through this because you have no idea what you got yourself into. But they had to go back and try to break that contract with him. That was a jacked up episode, man. But I gotta see this real quick. For a minute, man. Hold on. Yeah, he was on there. He acted out of part. Oh, that's something else. That's not the Fantasy Island. That's something else. They had two versions of Fantasy Island, really? Okay. The plane, the plane. And people started cracking jokes like, what kind of M&Ms? The statue like, the plane, the plane. Yeah, that's a joke from that. It's a good show, though. I had no idea it was a fallen angel. Huh. Interesting. Learn something new every day. I mean, I knew it was something weird, you know what I mean? I really didn't look into it. I knew it was something weird, but when you get older, you start looking at stuff like that when you're older, and you're like, wait a minute, what the freak was he anyway? You don't think that when you was a kid. Good classic is Finnegan Rainbow. If you haven't seen Finnegan Rainbow, man, you have missed out. I love classical musicals. Finnegan Rainbow is actually one of the most amazing ones. Sound of Music, another one. That's why I'm happy my mom took the time out to introduce us to musicals and plays and old movies and stuff like that. Took us to museums and broadened our imagination. She was all into arts and crafts, and it wasn't about video games and all that stuff. I grew up in a time where everybody ate at the dining room table. There was no cell phones and none of that stuff at all. People talked to each other and communicated with each other. There was none of that nonsense. Everybody sat at the table right across from each other and right next to each other, and we talked about our day, what we did at school and stuff like that. You don't have that anymore. Some people have it, some people just don't. I go to some places now and the whole family's eating in the living room. Kids are on their cell phone, they're in their own world. Everybody's stuck in their own world. My friend does the old-fashioned way. No cell phones at the table. Pull out a basket, put them in there, and that's where they stay. And that's where they stay. Right in there. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the like whatchamacallit, freaking knock him in the middle. He says, no, you understand, son, every patty has this moment. Can't basically go in and flip it. It's not time to flip it. Every patty has this moment. We gotta change all this anyway. We're just doing this for fun. We gotta change anyway, but I just started adding some different paint to it. We're gonna change all this. It's not gonna be this color. Just doing something different with it. Just flailing our brushes. Just flailing. thought it was a dinosaur. Is this going to be like this? No, we're just having some fun. I got to paint over all this stuff anyway. I'm going to go do the rust job on it. Got to be painted over. Can't have it like this. Maybe afterwards. We're just having some fun right now. That's all. Just having some fun. Pretty soon, Taco, we're going to have a little army of robots. Yep. And each one of our robots are going to have their own little personality. Heck, I know I'm tripping over boxes. What do I got boxes up there for? Must be something I'm working on. I like pink. Pink is actually a color I really like. I just have a pink tie. I love this very much. I still got my pink tie. Yep, nice pink tie. I used to wear all black. Or all blacks. Peak coat. Black dress shirt. And black dress pants. Everything all in jet black. You see this nice, beautiful pink tie with a trace of gray in it. Stand out. Had all different kinds of ties. I like wearing ties. That's what's my dress. I was wearing ties all the time now. Just cargos and some work boots. That's it. That's basically about all. Black is beautiful. Brings out the colors nicely. It's beautiful. I like it. But we got to paint over it anyway. We're just having some fun. That's all. Having a little fun. Just boot goofing. Just boot goofing. Very cheap price. What did he say? He said, how much it was? It was something 3 easy payments. Just boot goofing. Look at this. 100% ostrich skin. That's right. Look at it. Look at it. Just boot goofing. Just boot goofing. 3 easy payments. Just boot goofing. 3 easy payments. I was cracking up. Man, I don't know why they picked on him. They always jacked up his bike. Always figured out some strange way to jack up his bike. When they put that sucker over top the freaking utility pole, I was done. Like, he was just out there like stunned. Like, how in the world was that even possible? And them police bikes are expensive. They just kept messing with him on his bike. We're doing it pink because the robots are going to have a little festival tonight. So we'll have our machines in here. We don't all they all come in like a silver, but we want to paint them up and give them different colors, different personalities. That's what we're doing. A nice little personality. Looks like something out of Dr. Seuss, I swear. I do not like them Sam I am. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them in a boot. I do not like them with the goat. I do not like them Sam I am. I do not like green eggs and ham. Believe it or not, there's a restaurant up here called Green Eggs and Ham. And they actually have green eggs. They use food dye, of course. I do not like them with the goat. I do not like them in the boat. I do not like them Sam I am. I do not like green eggs and ham. My ex, she was an amazing artist. She had no confidence, though. That's the sad thing about it was. But she was a good artist. She was. It's a shame a lot of people out there, very good artists at the end of the day. You're afraid to show your work off. You shouldn't be afraid to show your work off. Share your work with the world. That's what you do. Don't worry about what other people think. That's all they say. You know, if Picasso decided not to share a venture, any of the people decided not to share their beautiful ideas with the world, just imagine how boring the world would be. Imagine that, huh? How boring the world would be. I'll tell you something that you ought to do, Allentown. Honestly, you got this beautiful water tower. Turn that thing into the Acme Acres. Put some lights on that. That'd be cool looking. Pay an artist at like an Acme Acre. You can see it literally anywhere you go in Allentown. I think it would look pretty cool like that, like the Animaniacs. I would love to see something like that. I want to figure out exactly who owns that thing. Get out there like, hey, look. Gotta do something cool with that. Can't let that sit up there like that. Gotta do something cool with it. Look at a pink design. So this would be a stage one. When we put our rust job in, we'll leave some of this pink exposed. Oh, I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love it. They don't like to hear me celebrate. They don't. They don't like to hear me celebrate. It bothers them that I celebrate. I think I should be miserable all the time. That's what they want. But I'm sorry. I can't be that. I serve God. God wants his people to be happy. And I'm happy. I am happy. And I serve a wonderful Lord. I am happy. Yep. nailing it in there. I love it. I love it. Less is more. Less is more. Yeah, less is more. Just let the paintbrush have its moment. That's what you do. Let the paintbrush have its moment. Be like, you want perfect? I don't want perfect. I want chaos. That's what makes the art more beautiful. Chaos. I don't understand a word he's saying. What in the world is he talking about? You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't understand the whole of the brush, the chaos. It's beautiful, ain't it? Yes, it's beautiful. Learn to love it. I like art class. I've been having a ball with people at the end of the day. Like, you feel it? Do you feel it? Look at that. Feel it? Do you feel the art? You feel it? You feel it? Come on with it. Yes, that's why I love artists. And I love the way they talk about their work and everything. I like their philosophy and how they think. I love artists. Yep. That's why the technology we're engineering. We're engineering a whole different sort of projector mapping for our art community. Allentown's big on the art community up here. I want them to be able to take their vision and their artwork and bring it to life. That's why you should allow your kids, encourage your kids to paint and draw and take them to the art museum. You know, take them to places like that to broaden their horizon. I don't get stuck on a video game. I'm a gamer myself, but yeah, I can enjoy art. I can go to the art museum, enjoy art and music and everything else. Don't let them get engulfed in games all day long. Teach them how to get them to read books. Say, look, you want to play the game system? You gotta give me some book time. Read the book. Then you can go game. Paint me a picture at the end of the day. Get them caught into other things. You never know what you could end up having at the end, what you could be raising your child to become. You never know. They'll be sitting back there saying, thank God my dad and mom got me into art. Got me into music. Yep. Getting away from that rap music. Ugh. Some classical music. I grew up on classical music. I love classical music. It's good. Good for the mind. It's good for the soul. Jazz music. Bluegrass. Get into the real music. Jazz. All that stuff. Or like the big bands. The big bands. Dun, 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 dun. I love that. With the horns and all that. Oh man, yeah. I listen to everything. I listen to everything. I like everything. You must become one with the palette. One with the palette. Now, some people at the end of the day may call this trash. I don't care. I love it. I love everything about it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yes. This isn't going to stay like this. We just did this for fun. That's all. Still got to go through a multi-paint job to give it kind of a rust look to it. But I kind of like it. I do like it. You're like, you know what, Mr. Bud, that looks absolutely insane. I don't like it. I don't care if you don't like it. I love it. I hope when I go to England, I pick up the English accent. I hope I get their English accent. I hope they do. I hope I do. That would be nice. Get their accent. I love their accent. So I told you I love their accent. Big fan of their accent. I would love to be a tour like that. That's why I understand how people make fun of somebody else's accent. Maybe you sound weird. You ever know about that? You know you don't speak perfectly because over there in their country, you can't speak their language. So you don't even sound right. Da 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 da. But I just don't like when people at the end of the day say that, oh, you don't speak that language correctly. You don't speak that language correctly. What are you talking about? It's a learning process. They're learning you, you're learning them. It's a learning process. Don't put people down because at the end of the day, they don't speak. And I love when people say, if you want to be here, you got to speak English. No. No. You got to speak Native American. If that's you're going to go, you want to be real about it, you got to speak Native American then because they were here first. So deal with that one. Like somebody said at one time, I can't stand them. I mean, they don't speak English and they, were you kidding me? You don't speak Native America. Do you know how many different native tongues that they had in Native America, the different languages and cultures that they had? I mean, if you came over here and all this belonged to the Indians, right? You wouldn't even speak the language either. Huh. You would not speak the language either. I actually dated Blackfoot. She spoke her native tongue too. She spoke her native tongue. So technically, Christopher Columbus never came over here, and the people from England never settled over here. This would still be Indian territory at the end of the day. And you'd be speaking their language instead, because that would be the native tongue here in America, because they were here first. But I love when people sit there and go, oh, but yeah, what? Yeah, what? Stop it. Just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. They should teach the real history books. They should. Teach your real history books. I got a mind blower for you to scramble your brain at the end of the day real good. Told you, majority of my family's military. Well, it's interesting that you go to other countries to fight wars to basically keep them from basically invading your country. But technically, we did it to the Indians. Well, I didn't. I wasn't here. I wasn't even thought of. But if I was, I'd be in Africa somewhere because I wasn't here. But anyway, yeah. Bottom line is, yeah, kind of invaded the Indians and took their land. And people get mad at the end of the day when I say that. Oh, you're not American, this, that, and the other. Neither are you, because technically you weren't supposed to be here either. Where are you coming off with this? Literally, where are you coming off with this? Let's just say a law was passed that the Native American Indian could take back their land. How much of this would belong to them? All right, then. I think it's jacked up. I read in the history, when you read about the American Indians and what they went through, I think it was jacked up. Because somebody did that to you, you wouldn't like it at the end of the day, but you know, that's what people do. They ignore all of that. Let's sweep that under the rug. It never happened. And let's continue. Yeah, that's just wrong altogether. Well, I'm glad that they got the land that they got. They were able to build those casinos out there. I'm glad they were able to get filthy rich off of it. Because you know what? You know, now they're mad at that they made a ton of money. Indian casinos, they made a ton of money. But still, how do you try to wipe out an entire species of people, their history, their culture, everything, and then call them savages at the end? Technically, that would make you savages. Yep. And I got people got mad at me on a forum site about that. Oh, you're not real American, this and the other. You're real American either. Because you weren't supposed to be here. This was their land first. So if you want to sit there and say, oh, they don't understand our native tongue, at the end of the day, you want to destroy them and take them off. They did horrible things to the Indians. Horrible, horrible things. And some people just don't want to sit there and accept it. They just want to ignore it and smooth it over. No, it is what it is. Horrible things to the Indians. This was their land first. I don't think it was right. And to this day, you still got people that are ignorant and will say nasty things to them at the end of the day. You say that, oh, they don't belong. It's their land. It belongs to them. All of it belongs to them. Every bit of this land is theirs. It belongs to them. It's messed up. It really is. You really study history? History? Not the stuff you see in school books. I mean, actually study real history, actually dark history. It explains all the stuff they won't tell in books. It is really messed up. Now, I'm not saying all of them that came over that did that. No, because some of the people were against it. They didn't like it at all, period, how the Indians were treated on their own land. And there's some people who fought against the military and thought it was wrong what they did. It's their land. You can't go over there and tell somebody that they're savages and they're this, that, and the other. They were living here long before you came here. And they were basically hunting and fishing and everything, and respecting the land. The land got jacked up because man did that messed up at the end of the day. The Industrial Revolution and tore the earth up, digging and hunting and killing and disrespecting the land. Y'all did that mess at the end of the day. That's why it's wrecked. It wasn't wrecked when they were here. It was wrecked when we got here. When I'm saying we, I wasn't involved in that. So their ancestors from that time, not saying now, but any ancestors from that particular time did all that damage. You ran trains through there that chugged up coal and fossil fuel into the air. You built factories. You slaughtered and killed animals just for fun. You polluted the earth. They had respect for the environment. At least they had respect for the environment and everything. So yeah. I am offended by it. I'm offended by it big time. And I got family in my family that are military that definitely are offended by it too. Because again, at the end of the day, this was theirs first. Dark history of American history. Then you got people saying at the end of the day, well, go back to Africa. Well, that's kind of hard to do. That's extremely hard to do. First of all, I don't even know my tribe. And if I were to dig up and find my tribe, they won't even accept me. I'm not even connected to them in any way whatsoever. I don't speak their language or anything. I don't know anything about the history. I don't know nothing at all. Disconnected. And when there's something really jacked up, black people are the only people that can't go back. Did you ever realize that? We can't go back. Puerto Ricans, you can go back to Puerto Rico. Mexicans, you can go back to Mexico. You can go back to France. You can go back to Italy. You can pick up and start with your native tongue. About we can't do it. We go back there, we're not even accepted. We don't know a tribe, we don't know nothing. History just between that particular era, between the boat and America, white. Can't get up and go back to my country. I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know anything about my country at all to go back. But y'all can trace your ancestors and y'all can go back home. African race can't do it. Isn't that messed up? Yep. Cut off the line is here for us. So if we were to able to go through ancestry and track down our tribe and go back to see them, they're not going to accept us. You can go back to Italy and you can basically pick up where your ancestors and family are and be greeted and whatever, so and so and so. Maybe they'll greet us, maybe they won't miss in a day. But at the end of the day, we're disconnected. Would I like to stay over there? Probably so. Would like to see what that would have been like. Would have been nice. But we didn't get that opportunity. Because somebody of power at the end of the day wanted to control something. Yep, and that's been going on for decades. People trying to control and own one race for power and control because they thought they were more powerful than another race. Just to go over there and just conquer and destroy. It's been going on for decades. But you can't really sit there and say at the end of the day that Christopher Columbus was a great explorer, because he was not a great explorer. He discovered something that somebody was already living on. You ever seen the monument that we had in Philadelphia of Christopher Columbus? Oh, yeah, it's an interesting one. I don't know if they tore it down or not, but I think it's still there. They actually rebuilt a lot of Penn's Landing. We're trying to get rid of it. So anyway, the person who built the monument for The one over here in Penn's Landing, it's shaped like something. Now, you can't notice if you're standing up on top of it, but if you walk away from a distance, you will see it. And when he was doing the work, he had it covered up so nobody could see it. So it stayed covered as he worked under the scaffold system and no one knew. And, the city already paid this guy already, so he was already paid. He was just doing the work on it and getting it done. Let me see. Christopher Columbus Monument at Penn's Landing in Philadelphia. I wonder if it's still there. I know they're completing. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. So, I want you to look at this very carefully. Tell me what it looks like. Because everybody else stands back and they know what it looks like. So that's the monument right there, right? That's what it looks like. And this is what the monument looks like. Tell me what that looks like at the end of the day. Yeah. And if you thought about the other part that belongs to a man, you are 100% right. Every single person saw that. You know he was calling them, right? There you go. That's what they were calling them. I had brought some friends out there. I said, look at the monument. I said, in Philadelphia was mad because they couldn't do anything about it. It was there. Like, you can't tear it down now. It's right there. I had to leave it there. Yep. He definitely called him that word. It's the only way to speak. That's what he was called. And it became an eyesore to Penn's Landing. Tourists would come there and laugh at it. Yeah. But that's what it was. Now people get mad at my opinions at the end of the day and say, oh, but you shouldn't say that. What, I'm supposed to bend with the masses, become a puppet at the end of the day, be a bunch of sheep at the end of the day? Shouldn't voice my opinion at the end of the day? It's freedom of speech at the end of the day. That's what it is. No, history is pretty. It isn't. History is inglorious. History is dark and scary. That's what it is. Some of it's beautiful, and some of it's absolutely terrifying. But that's what I like about history. Now, am I against the U.S.? No, I'm not against the U.S. in any way whatsoever. But it is what it is. It happened. Can't sweep it under the rug. It actually happened. Just like slavery. Slavery happened. All that stuff happened. But some people rather sweep it under the rug. It never happened. Let's not talk about it. That's just the way it is. It happened. Now, would I say that people of that particular race are all responsible? No, that's just stupid at the end of the day. How would they be responsible for somebody else's actions at the end of the day? The human race, let's put it this way, is interesting. Because again, like I said, you had people that actually sacrificed, gave up their life. There were people, white people, that were marching with Martin Luther King. Their life was actually extremely in danger. They were more in danger than the black man because they were considered to be traitors. Some of them were killed and they were murdered also too. Because they were blank lovers at the end of the day. Same thing with the Jews and the Germans. Are all the Germans evil? No, they're not evil. There are Germans at the end of the day that basically sacrificed their lives so basically that Jews can be safe from Adolf Hitler, who basically put their lives on the line to make sure that, they had places hidden for Jews can go to instead of going to those camps and being tortured and whatever else God knows went on in those places. That's a hard one to get through. I actually read that one too. Not an easy one to get through. Very painful. Man is evil. Not all of them, but men are evil. But anyway, yeah, everywhere where there's going to be slavery or war or whatever, there's always a group of people who stand up for what is right. Always. They make what's right in the world when there's so much wrong. They're willing to sacrifice their lives and give up everything just for someone else's freedom. Now, as I said before, remember, I really believe that, and people say it's wrong that we have the American flag, but I think the Native American flag should be there too. It's their land. It's only right. It's only fair. It's only fair. How is it not fair? If not, then we're living a big lie. If you were Native American, how would you feel at the end of the day? That your ancestors owned all of this. How would you feel? You wouldn't like that feeling, would you? You don't even like when somebody parks in your side of the street or somebody parks in your driving space. Say somebody parked in your driveway. You'd lose your mind, wouldn't you? Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. And I dated American Blackfoot, beautiful woman at the end of the day. And I used to ask her, I said, does it bother you that all this was yours? Your ancestors at the end of the day? It did bother her. And you got still ignorant people to this day, you know what I mean, that want to do chants and all this stuff around them and call them this and call them that. Treat them like dirt. Don't worry. That's a special place for those people. Really special place for them. Not the kind of place you want to go to. But it's a special place. You get your act together, you'll be there. Okay, let me see. Let's see. Alright, I got that already taken care of. Let me see. Let's go to yep. And in the very end of it all, it's never your world to begin with. It belongs to God. To anybody. Not just to them. Anybody. It's not anyone's world. It belongs to God. It's His. But the Indians were here and it belonged to them. It does bother me. It does. It bothers me that it was theirs. How do we get away with that? How? How do we get away with that? Land that was taken away from the Native American Indians. Library of Congress. A bill that forced Native Americans to leave the United States. That's messed up. That ain't not even right. That man is stolen. Remember, people, everything that's done in time is written in the book of life. Everything has to be answered for. Two ways you pay for things in life. You'll pay for them here on earth, or you'll pay for them in the next life, but you will pay for them. No one gets away with nothing. People who committed crimes back then, who murdered and killed these people, at the end of the day, they're going to have to suffer for it, either here or there. Either way, you have to pay for it. There's no way to get around it. Every act of evil on this earth is written in that book of life, for Judgment Day. And you get some people get mad and say, hey, boycott him, don't buy from him because he believes in it. It doesn't make a difference. I serve God at the end of the day. My table will always be blessed, always. You can think nothing from me at all, period. I'm going to speak my mind. It is what it is. It's their land. It belongs to them. Yep. Belongs to them. Their land. I believe that 100%. I wish somebody would disagree with me on that nonsense, saying, oh, you're wrong. You're wrong. How am I wrong? Tell me where I'm wrong. So let me get this straight. When Christopher Columbus first came here, there were American settlers here? That's what it was here? Couldn't have been American. That's impossible, because that means they would have to come from England first. Because that's how that started. With the stamp and tea tax. That means because they wouldn't have separated from England, that's where they had the war. For their independence. Which started Independence Day in 1776. But you had to come here to learn from the Indians, because if it wasn't for the Indians, you would have died because of the disease and starvation. And again, a whole new different harsh environment you don't even know how to function in, which they do. Isn't that term for Thanksgiving, I think it is? Yeah. But as I said before, I don't want people thinking that, don't judge all people, because that'd be wrong. That'd make me just as bad as the people who basically committed the crimes. Nope. World is basically jacked up. I see why, if there were alien races, why they would want to come here and destroy the world. Yeah, that pretty much would do it. You come in, imagine if you're from a light year away super planet and you got this huge, massive warship. You come here to the U.S. and you pull up our files and like, gee whiz, Louise. These guys fight, murder, kill each other, torture each other. You know what? This planet is just better off not here. Let's just blow it up and put a sun here somewhere. But, there's no such thing as aliens. But, yeah. Man, that's the reason why they come down hostile. There's just no such thing as aliens. They don't exist. There's no such thing as aliens at all, period. And it's funny because I'm in forum sites. And you know what? I don't tell them. They in there say there's no such thing as aliens and stuff. But in that forum site, we don't tell them that. I like hearing what they got to say. I like their ideas and stuff. I like their drawings and paintings. We share stuff back and forth. So that's their world, and that's what they enjoy. At the end of the day, I basically support it. That's what they like. Do I believe in it? No. But I do support what they believe in. At the end of the day, it's kind of fun. You guys got some interesting theories at the end of the day. I'm like, okay, all right, I hear you. Tell to me. You know what I mean? But I don't believe it. But still, some people need to voice their opinion. They need to hear somebody saying, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. That's why I like to be in different forum sites. We was in there talking about landing on the moon, about living under the ocean. I love being around these people because these people all come with these really interesting ideas on why can't we live under the ocean. There's just so much land down there. I still can't believe why we haven't even tried it. Forget about going to outer space. Let's go explore the ocean. See what's down there. Well, we don't go too far down, but you know what I'm talking about. Unless we don't do no mining down there and jack it up like we jacked up the upper part of it all. Really mess up something down there. But still, it'd be pretty cool. I would love to look out my window and see nothing but beautiful fish moving back and forth. Blow your mind. You would have a fish tank while you're underwater, while you're inside of a giant fish tank. Beautiful ocean. Tropical fish. We can literally have the city of Atlantis on the ocean. We can do it. We got the resources, we got the technology, we got the know-how. We could do it. Now that's something you can use AI machines for at the end of the day. That would be perfect. Those robots, they can constantly mend and repair anything they want because, again, they don't require oxygen. They can be outside doing all the repairs, everything. I think that'd be pretty cool. I would love to have an underwater house. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, what's the biggest thing down there that pretty much could jack you up pretty bad? Let me see. The whales are the biggest thing, but they're not really orcas. But, you know, technically, you don't mess with them. They don't mess with you. So, let me see. Biggest sea creature besides a whale in the ocean. Whale shark and a lion-maned jellyfish. This is 120 feet in length. And then you have a whale shark, which is 20,000 pounds. So, they ain't gonna bump into a megalodon. They're extinct. You can mess around, bump into some little jacked up, something really, really jacked up in the ocean, you know, that you never heard of. That's the only part that's really freaky about the ocean. There are areas that are unexplored in the ocean. Ocean's not fully explored. Not fully explored. Impossible. There's life everywhere in the ocean. There's life deep down. It's like you go to the desert and there's microorganisms that live in the sand. There's life everywhere on the planet. So deep down in the ocean, the very, very deep, deep areas of the ocean, there are things down there that we don't know about. But which is interesting, if they come to float up here, they don't survive. So they were meant to stay in their spot. Is there life in the Mediterranean Trench? Answer my question. Is there life in the Mediterranean Trench? Yes, there's life down there. There's life everywhere. There's life down there. The deepest part of the ocean. What is the deepest ocean in the world? Pacific Ocean is the deepest ocean. That's why they put Pacific Rim. Then they talk about that next layer, like that first layer, that where we're at, and then there's another layer below that one. Like another new world. Oh man, would you swim down there? Would you swim down there? Would you go down there? You never know what's down there. You don't know. There's life everywhere. I mean, they spoke about the Leviathan in the Bible. They spoke about two of them. There's two of them, but they never talked about what happened to the other one. They said what happened to the first one, but they didn't say anything about what happened to the other one. But if there was some kind of giant sea monster down there anyway, swimming around, we would have saw it by now. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's something huge down there, but yeah. There was a story that talked about there were areas deep in trenches that whales would come up, cut it, bit in half. Yep, I've heard some crazy stories from people, some real crazy stuff that happened up in the ocean. Really crazy stuff. It's like if you look at a bear or a tiger, right? They know their limitations. They know their limitations. They know when they're up against another bigger predator, they won't basically, they'll back down. They know. when they're in a situation that they can't handle. But the Leviathan was different. Leviathan knew it was all powerful. It knew that at the end of the day that it was more powerful than you. It just knew it. So it wouldn't back down from you at all, period. That's why you said it couldn't be untamed. You couldn't treat it like a pet or anything. So Leviathan was different. Leviathan was not. It knew already that it was more powerful than anything else. And when you have something that knows it's more powerful, it has no fear, which means you now become the bottom of the food chain. Well, actually, somewhere in the area. But anyway, Leviathan was actually quite intelligent. But it's just interesting that I've heard stories of people talking about how whales would go down deep into these deep trenches and come up with huge teeth marks on them. And someone was down there eating them. There have been stories about whales that come up eaten, half eaten. But one of the stories I heard about a friend of mine, who was actually on one of those huge, those cargo ships. There are certain areas in the ocean that you are not supposed to be traveling in. There's actually areas in the ocean that you can't basically travel in at all. Can't be there at all. Bermuda Triangle is one of them that you can't go into. But there are a couple other ones that are mapped out and charted that ships are directed to go around them. Because something's there, or whatever's going on in that section, but don't go through it. So a guy told me this story a long time ago. He's always on the water, born on the boats and all that stuff, you know what I mean? And of course, took a life in basically in the cargo ships and all that stuff like that. And anyway, they would have basically, if they had cut through this particular area, they would have made it on time, to get these little bonuses and stuff. So they decided to cut through this area. It was a big, 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 big mistake. They were told not certain areas you don't go through. And as they're going through this area, something bumped the ship. Now, I don't know. Like I said, there's things in the ocean that are unexplained. I mean, the only thing you know about things in the ocean are things we already discovered. But mind you, there are actually species that we're still finding on the earth that we didn't even know even existed. Just happened to pop up. So basically, getting back to this, something bumped the ship. And it happened again. Second bump on the ship. So bottom line, they think they're hitting a rock or something. At the end of the day, they dropped the anchor. But something actually took the anchor and swung the ship around from one end to the next. Mind, this is a huge, massive cargo tanker. What has the power to push a ship from one section and move it around? After that, they bring the anchor, disconnect the anchor, because you can disconnect an anchor. Disconnect the anchor, and then they heard the most weirdest, like, there wasn't even wails. It was kind of like, not even a cry. It was like kind of a roar or something. It was just weird. Made the ship rattle. Yep. So, my friend that was on that ship, he quit. He never went back to the water, ocean, nothing whatsoever. He drinks a lot. I mean a lot. He cannot get it out of his head. Whatever went on in that ocean, whatever he heard, it's stuck in his head. There are just things that you're just not supposed to be able to see yet. It's not your time to see these things. And as big as the world is, there are areas that you can't go. There's certain woods and places that you are not supposed to be at. Because the earth is a very old place. And the funny thing about man is, man thinks he has the right to conquer and go anywhere the freak he wants. But he doesn't have that right. Because there are areas you're not supposed to be at. You're not supposed to build homes there. You're not supposed to be there. There's a reason for it. And yeah, that's what happened to him. Now the other fellow, he's a Navy officer. And he was on a ship. And they decided to cut through the Bermuda Triangle. Because they thought they would be on schedule. Captain decided to do that. And they warned him that we're not supposed to travel in these particular waters. And this is a friend of mine told me this. And he said that, because I asked him, I said, when you were on a boat, what's the weirdest thing you've ever seen in your entire life? And that's what he told me. He said, so they were on the outskirts of the Bermuda. And he said that the sky and everything, completely different. everything was completely different. Everything was a different color. Everything was completely different. It's kind of like basically like being in some kind of hypnotic trance. That's what it felt like. All the dials, everything was actually going haywire, and this guy was pushing through. And as they were looking in the water, they were seeing large fish, like things swimming in the water that didn't basically even made even any sense whatsoever on what they were. At the last minute, the captain decided to turn the ship around and pull out. Because you know what? You have a built-in, you ever go someplace and every being of your body is telling you to go, you're not supposed to be there? It's so overwhelming. You can have tears come down your eyes telling you you are not supposed to be there. You need to go. There you go. Yep. You are not supposed to be there. And that's what he said he saw. He saw the edge of the Bermuda. They weren't actually in it, but they're a little bit more, and they would have gone in. He said all the navigation systems went haywire, everything. Everybody on that ship felt the same feeling. You were not supposed to be there. Sky was changing colors. Looked down at the ocean, and there were things moving back and forth. They could see them. Yep, it's just the craziest thing he ever saw in his life. You know, you're out there. That's what I'm curious. You're out there in water all the time. I'm pretty sure you got to see some wild stuff. You got to see some crazy stuff in the ocean. We're out there all the time. Yeah, that's what he said, what he witnessed. Never forget that. Those are things that are imprinted in your mind forever. You'll never forget them as long as you live. There's life everywhere. Even in the middle of Bermuda, there's life out there. Now, you can call me crazy at the end of the day. Yeah, that's your personal opinion. That's just what I heard. And I don't doubt it. And the reason why I don't doubt it, because there's life everywhere on the planet. It's just that we don't know. If we never saw a shark before, say we never, ever heard of a shark. We never even seen one, a shark. And one just happened to pop up out of nowhere. How would you describe what that thing would be? Great white shark just pop up out of nowhere. What the heck is that? You would think it was a sea monster of some sort, wouldn't you? But we're not afraid of sharks because we know what sharks are. We know what they are. Someone discovered it. But imagine if we never saw a shark ever and one of them things just popped up. Or an octopus. Or this great squid just popped up out of nowhere. And you're thinking, oh my goodness, it's got to be a sea monster because you've never seen anything like it. There you go. We only look at things because we've seen them for the first time. We know what they are. We see a sea turtle out there, it's a sea turtle. We see a shark out there, it's a shark out there. We see squids and octopuses, that's what they are. But something could have been out there, living out there for years, millions of years, and it just happened to show itself. How do you explain that at the end of the day? It's been there forever. You're just now seeing it. So what are you going to chalk it up as? Sea monster. That's what I find interesting about octopuses. An octopus can sit there and it can camouflage itself into the side of a coral reef and you would never even see it. But imagine you're down there swimming around and something huge is sitting there on the side of a coral reef and it's watching you back and forth and you don't know it. That's what freaks me out about the ocean. Yet I want to build a city down there. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Voyage under the sea, they got attacked by a squid. Giant squid. Had to use electricity to get that sucker off them. You ever heard of a demon shark? It's a real shark. They found one. Found something interesting at the bottom of the ocean. An all-black shark with yellow eyes. They're called a demon shark. Look it up. It's the freakiest thing you will ever see in your life. They're over 25 feet long. They're huge. They're jet black. You never saw one before. Popped up on camera by mistake. At a cage that actually collapsed. And the cage is sitting on the bottom of the deeper area. No one was in it. And they had a camera system out there. And they saw something moving around down there and got to look at it. It was a huge black shark. that was over 25 feet long, and they nicknamed him a demon shark. You know how jacked up a shark you got to be called a demon shark at the end of the day? But yep, that's what they saw out there. That would have freaked me out. Like, what the freak is that? That big old shark. And I get that shark called Deep Blue. That shark's 25 feet long. That's a big freaking animal. And it's a female too. And it's pregnant. I showed that thing on the news. That thing jumped out of the water. And the guy was like, nope, I'm never going in the water ever again. Newscast about a giant shark called Deep Blue. Deep Blue. The nickname Deep Blue. The shark is massively huge. It's a big shark. Which, when you kind of think about it, at the end, this world's largest shark in the world, legendary Deep Blue. Which has you thinking, like, do nuclear submarines actually output freaking nuclear waste when they travel? Like, do they give off any kind of radiation? Deep Blue news. But it doesn't seem to be vicious. There are people who have seen it go past and didn't attack anybody or anything. Sharks are not vicious. I think they are. They're not supposed to be vicious animals. People just portray them to be vicious animals. And people swim with sharks all the time and don't get attacked. And the guy said, my name is Bruce. Bruce. Bruce had me cracking up. Bruce. Deep Blue. See, people swim with the shark and everything. It's not a vicious creature at the end of the day. It's a big animal. It's just swimming around quite a bit in different areas and stuff, but it's not harming anybody. It's just out there chilling. Say hello to Deep Blue. Wow, that's got to be absolutely super amazing just to be out there. I guess it would be like being out in outer space, because you know you're swimming out in the ocean. There's just water all around you. It's like you're floating in space. I couldn't imagine that feeling, what it must be like. It's 8 feet high. That's a big shark.
Grandma shark and thinks grandma might even be pregnant. So she's that big, gentle grandma just cruising around doing her job. She's just using our boat as a scratching post and just really being quite calm.
He's pregnant.
The shark made it here all the way from Mexico, where it was last spotted 5 years ago. Ramsey describes the breathtaking moment the enormous shark appeared. The dolphins start to come up, and with the dolphins, she started to ascend, and it was kind of like she was being escorted by these dolphins that were dancing around her. It was just absolutely incredible. The timing of the shark's visit comes as Ramsey pushes for stronger legislation to protect the mammoth creatures.
Should. They should protect it. Yes, they should.
Images and message of conservation. The sharks are not monsters. I'm happy and overjoyed to be.
Sharks aren't vicious creatures at the end of the day. They aren't. That shark can take them out just like that. They're extremely fast.
calm, docile creatures. Now you got something 2 tons.
That's how big that shark is. 2 tons and 8 feet tall.
That is going to scare the mess out of you, all right? But still, we have to understand these creatures, we're more a threat to them than they are to us. It's very dangerous. Do not do this at home. Kimberly had to give that warning, but they're unpredictable.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta understand that. They're unpredictable creatures. That's another thing too you have to worry about. They're unpredictable. Like Bruce. Remember Bruce? What you call him? He was like, my name is Bruce. Yeah, they're unpredictable creatures. He's right on that. Because people see it, swim up to it. Those people are professionals. But then again, even professionals get taken out by a shark. But yeah, they're unpredictable creatures. My name is Bruce. On them teeth. I think it's like 30 teeth, 3 rows of teeth. And that's what sharks have. The megalodons were vicious. They were hostile with I don't know what. Couldn't swim next to that thing at the end of the day. Let me see. How many rows of teeth do sharks have? I think it's 3. Oh, heck no. I was way off on this one. You gotta be freaking kidding me. That many? Between 5 and 15 rows of teeth? Gee whiz, Louise. That's a freaking buzzsaw. And I'm thinking 3 rows. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Wow. A number of rows of sharks have it depending on the species. But most sharks have between 5 and 15 rows of teeth. Boy, dentist bills gotta be expensive. Sharks don't have to worry about losing teeth like humans do because they can replace missing teeth within a day. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Within a day? Your teeth will grow back in a day? Oh my goodness, man. This is what I find fascinating about studying stuff at the end of the day. That is freaking insane, man. So let me see. Sharks don't have to worry about losing any teeth like humans do because they can replace missing teeth within a day. In fact, sharks can go through about 30,000 to 50,000 teeth in their lifetime. I told you when God makes something, man, God makes some interesting creatures, man. Do you have any idea how crazy that is? That is the 5 to 15 rows of jagged, sharp teeth. No wonder they can cut right through you. That's a walk. They have a buzzsaw in their mouth, literally. Sharks have a whopping 3,000 teeth in their mouths. Wow. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. I love that kind of stuff. I do. I love it. I love it. It's awesome. Let's see. How big is a shark's tooth? Shark's tooth, depending on the species of shark's tooth. Gee, where's Louise? 2.5 inches. They're usually around 2.5 inches. That's a big tooth. That's a really big tooth. But can reach up to 5 centimeters. Gee whiz, Louise. Yeah, it's a freaking eating machine. It's literally what it is. It's literally an eating machine. So you mean to tell me this thing has teeth that can be anywhere up to 5 meters? It can lose a tooth and grow it back on the same day. They can lose anywhere from 30 to 50,000 teeth and still they can grow them back. Keep in mind. And they can have anywhere from 7 to 15 rows of teeth, an equivalent of 3,000 teeth in their mouth. Yeah, you're curious how I remember all those numbers like that? I got a thing for numbers. That's insane. What the freak? Yeah. Well, that's the reason why people screaming shark, we run. Or swim. How fast do sharks swim?
About 1.5 miles per hour. According to Vaco, swimming speed of the average shark but often they are swimming around at a slower speed of about 1.5 miles per hour. These fish are predators. Sharks can swim much faster over short bursts when they are attacking prey. At these times, they can reach about 12 miles per hour, the speed of
You
a
can't
light
swim
football.
12 miles an hour. That thing can swim 12 miles an hour. Gee whiz. Well, good luck on that one. So they're attacking prey. That's when that thing goes up and they show it and they bring it down. They take off. Oh, that's freaking sick. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, we got to build a shark PC tank. We got to build one. That's amazing. I had no idea. I'm studying like just about everything, but I find that fascinating that God designed something that advanced. That's crazy. It's unbelievable. How fast does the average human swim?
8 miles per hour, 6.5 miles
Well,
per
you
hour.
could. You might be outrun it. You might be able to. A male can run up to 8 miles and do 8 miles an hour, and a female 6.5. You could, if you got a distance on it, you could get away from it. Fastest swimming shark in the world. Let's see. Miko shark. Oh my goodness. I like that name, Miko shark. Can go 12 feet. Oh wait, he's 1,200 pounds. That is freaking awesome. Miko shark. Let's see what your Miko shark look like. Miko shark. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Gee whiz, the weenies. Look at that. So what's going on in his mouth. Yeah, you're doing too much. You're doing way too much. Just unbelievable. Isn't that what Jaws was? Okay, what kind of shark? No, Jaws was a great white. Jaws was a great white. No, Jaws was a great white, I think it was. Jaws was a great white. Hold on a minute. Come on. Get this out here. What kind of shark was Jaws? Great white. It has to be great white. Yeah, Jaws is great white. I know it's a great white shark. They speaking of movies, like, it's a great white shark. Great white. Great white. How big was the Megalodon? Jeez, aren't you glad these things are extinct? They're not around anymore? They were 65 feet long. They weighed 30,000, 65,000, 30,000 to 65,000 in weight. This was a huge, huge creature. Aren't you glad them things don't exist anymore? Because, man, if they did, yeah, it'd be with nobody going in the ocean, I'll tell you that much. Can't go in the ocean. Not with that swimming around in there. No way in the world. How big were the teeth on the Megalodon? You God, wow. You gotta be kidding me. So the teeth were 7 inches long. Do you have any... Gotta get a roll on this one. 7 inches long? Are you freaking kidding me? That is freaking huge. I don't know. Probably saying yeah. I don't give a measuring tape on me at any time. No measuring tape? Oh, here we go. Measuring tape. 7. Sorry about the darkness. 7. Jeez. So, that's what you're talking about. The teeth are that big. Do you have any idea how jacked up that is? The teeth are freaking that big. And these things have somewhere 30 rows of teeth in them. At 3,000. I'm pretty sure you have a lot more than that. That's literally how big his teeth are. That'll go right through your leg. So that's the size of their tooth versus a regular shark tooth. Gee whiz Louise, man. So they had as many as 5 rows of teeth. And that's still jacked up. Sharp razor teeth. What's the largest tooth? 7.5 inches is the largest. Jeez. Well, be thankful God got rid. Well, they're going. Definitely going. And that thing probably attacked everything. That thing probably attacked dinosaurs that came up close to the ocean. That thing attacked everything. So this was the most feared creature in the ocean at the time. Most feared, which means it didn't back down from anything. But I guarantee if it bumped into a Leviathan, it would know the spot like, nope, too big of an animal. Jeez. You know, people say they exist. First things first. If a creature like that even exists, there'd be no fish in the ocean. There'd be nothing in the ocean. Because that thing would be swimming around in the ocean. There is no way in the world you would see any form of fish, nothing at all, period. If you're in the ocean or you're in the woods and you don't see any wildlife or nothing around, you might want to run. Because it means they can sense there's something big in the ocean. What movie was that? Godzilla. Yeah. When Godzilla would move through the ocean, there was nothing there. There was no whales. There was nothing there. It was the ocean, which is a lot of seagulls that would pop up, but there was just no freaking fish in the ocean. Bigger predator was pushing through. Oh, people. Well, we talked about this. What art talk? Oh, I like that. Art talk. Art talk. Art talk. Wait a minute. I gotta turn around here for some. Let's see. Art talk. I like it. I like it. Let's talk about art. Let's talk about other things. This is talky talk. Talky talk. Talky talk. Talky talk. Talky. I'm ready. I got my first walkie talkies. I remember that. Got my first walkie talkies. Yep. That was pretty cool. It's like having a cell phone back then. You get your first G.I. Joe walkie talkies. You'd be right across. My buddy lived right across from me, and we had walkie talkies, and we would talk. Everything you said, you had to say over. 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 You forgot to say over. Party life. Boom, 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 boom. Let's remote control this thing. That's not it. Gotta be running somewhere. I'm gonna check this out when the light's out. What's the art exhibit? Art exhibit. Wait a minute, people. Gotta plug this in. Now we gotta figure out exactly. Ooh, I love it. I like it. Now we're gonna put some more fans here. We're gonna double the fans up because they're gonna push out. So we got a new power supply. So I'm gonna take these are 140 millimeters. We're gonna bring in 120s and 180s. And we're gonna wire them all together. Like this whole wiring mesh system with cables and wires and everything all bulked into a bulk system here. Oh, the wiring job on here is going to be insane. There's going to be a lot of bulk wires. There's a power station. It's got to have wires all over the place. And in here we have our explosion conductor area. We're going to have basically a turbine engine there running all of this craziness at the end of the day. It is going to be absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Massive amounts of wires. Of course, we're going to get these wires right here to do the job. I like these. These are kind of I guess being powered by this. Powered. Gonna put you here for a minute. Gotta find this freaking remote control. Can't find it. And I got a mess down here. I got motherboards down here and all kinds of stuff. Like an absolute mess down here, people. I can't wait. Next month, when I start working on projection screens, I got some stuff I'm going to be working on. I ordered a whole bunch of stuff, so I got some stuff coming in. So I can't wait for that. So we're going to be working on a few new projection screens pretty soon. And I'm going to get the first look of a legendary Inferno, which I'm going to be showing off pretty soon. It has to be done on glass, by the way. They all have to be done on glass. The glass screens. Yep. Oh, my surfaces should come in tomorrow too. Oh, no, I forgot. It'll be Monday. We'll be getting the other certified screens in. so we can show off our technology. All right, let me see. Where the frick is the whatchamacallit this thing? It's gotta be around here somewhere. Oh, I forgot I can put you back in the stand. You're on the other one. Electric Kingdom. Oh, I remember that song called Electric Kingdom back in the day. Wow. That's way back there. Surprised I remember that one right there. That's from way back in the day, Electric Kingdom. Okay, over here. Straighten out. Grab these right here. We're done with these. Come back in their box. Great day today. And I'm glad I got a chance to make some decisions at the last minute. You know. So that's good. Hopefully, the individuals that, well, one of the individuals so far, that we gave kind of a chance of a do-over, I pray that they don't start that nonsense up again. You know? They understand that they got blessed with another chance at life. Because again, like I said, life is short. You only get one. That's it. You only get one. Yeah, there we go. Some people we can't give them to. They won't take them. They, for some reason, think at the end of the day that nothing can touch them. Funny, Pharaoh thought the same way too. And he got crushed by an ocean, was killed. A lot of people in the Bible were given opportunities and didn't take them. And the outcome was horrible. That's what Pharaoh did. Pharaoh had his way out. Lost his firstborn son. City was plagued. Rain, fire, frogs, toads. You name it. The whole New York, they went through a whole lot of stuff. Flies, roaches, beetles, bugs, you name it. They got hit with everything. Even rain, fire at one point. Yep. People got so tired of it. Man, just let them go, man. Just we don't want them in the city. Just let them go. And let them go. And then that pride came back. So at the end of the day, man, no one's going to look at me the same way as a king. I have to go kill him. I got to show him at the end of the day, I'm to be feared. And it cost him his life. So he watched them. He was so bent by hatred and rage that when they parted the Red Sea, he decided to chase after them. And sea came on and he was killed. If he had just stopped and lost his son, everything he went through, he'd say, you know what? I don't want nothing to do with these people at the end of the day. Let them go. He'd still be alive. But not super alive. Now it's many, BC. I think BC or AC at that time. It was probably BC. No, it was before Christ. It was before Christ, yeah. So yeah. But no, full of hatred and rage, and went right out there and he lost his life. You're blessed to get opportunities. I always say, take the opportunities. Enjoy your life. I ain't got no hatred for anybody. I told you, I don't hate people at the end of the day. You may make me angry. I'll be upset with you. Yeah, that's a human emotion. It's true. But to hate you? Nah. Nope. I don't let the devil did that already to me. Filled me with a bunch of hatred. And that same hatred drove me to do dumb stuff. And that dumb stuff at the end of the day, I don't know, it took my life away. For good. God gave me a second chance. So some people I try to give them a second chance, they just wouldn't take it. So they end up like Pharaoh, getting crushed by the ocean. Some people we pray did take it. They are going to be able to live out a very nice life and be happy. And I do. I wish them the best. I don't curse them at the end of the day. Like I said, I wish them many blessings. Happy for them. Took the right path. People don't understand that. When a person do mean things to you, and you're happy for them because they took the right path. Because he's not playing the devil's game anymore. What the others don't understand is, you can't do anything to me. The devil has a plan for you. His plan is to kill you. That's what it is. Now, whatever you have to go through in life, the other ones, you have to find God in that situation. Because the devil has plans for you. So I'm happy for him at the end of the day. I'm glad he took that path. I really am. I don't curse him at the end of the day. I wish all the good things in life happened to him. I do. There's no hatred for them at all. I feel sorry for them because they're following a path that's going to lead to destruction. Don't thank me at the end of the day. Give the glory to God. It belongs to him. If God didn't make me the man that I am today, I would have showed a different side to this whole entire thing. It's God's will. I love potato chips. I'm going to play my game system for a little bit. I think, I got a new password. But it sucks for a little bit because it's gunfire ain't up yet. Ho, ho, ho. I'm sorry. I'm back. Am I back home? Yeah. All right. Dog up there doing some programming, listening to some music. I like little clutter spots like this. I like this. It's all organized. I'm gonna get my desk like this, just like this. Not like this, but I want something pretty cool for the desk. I gotta get the floor done. I gotta get that screen done. Double up when I get 2 of those in there. I gotta get this giant screen done. Finish the floor. I think I'm gonna do the screen and the floor and get that done. Get this computer rebuilt down here on the floor and get that over there. And get the cabinet system for that. Get all this stuff over there and get the screen for the table. Whew, that's a lot to do, ain't it? All right, let me see. Where's my stand here? Right here. Checking out cheese. Taco, stop rubbing your big head on my computer for you. Take it out, please. I'm gonna short out my machine. Your giant head, your giant big football head. He has a big old football head. He don't got a big head, but when I first got him, I thought he was a female because he has a tiny head. Went down the wrong pipe. I definitely went down the wrong pipe. Anyway, yeah, he had a tiny head when I got him. He had a tiny head. Why he head so small? He remind me on Tom and Jerry, where he would blow his head up and he would pop it and be all tiny looking. He had a tiny head. Oh, this should have charged by now. There we go. That's my charger, my wireless. Oh man. I went down the wrong. Open up, Cheetah. Excuse me. I can't wait to get this game. This game, I cannot wait. It's not even out yet, and I can't wait to get it. Alright, let me see. Hey, what's up over there? I'm talking about your tiny, big old head. You got a big head now. Big head. Now you got a big head. Your head, man. Okay, caught up to your body. But you used to have a tiny head. It was so tiny. Now you got a big head. You got a big head. Your giant head. This is running off the work PC under the dust. The gaming piece is on the other side. I know it's running this off the work PC. Alright, so I think since I can use the points from the other one, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically use sand. Because sand, I got sand upgraded to the roof. But I need them points. Right now, do they get me them points? Can't use that grenade launcher. That grenade launcher causes too much damage. That's my new character right there. I'm just getting money. I gotta max out. I need to earn some points with him so I can get my other buddy some money. Let's see. There's a fire truck. What in there? I can't go up in there. house. Wrong way. Box me in. Storage vehicle. Let's go over here in the park. Oh, I can't go through there. Oh! Gotta get out of there. $20,000. I can't move on grass. Oh, die. Yeah! Got a good streak on that one. Let's see. Alright, I think I'm gonna, sorry people, it's no game time here real quick. Oh, my system over here drives it real nicely. I'm just earning points from other character real quick. We get everything maxed out on here, we're good. Little truck. Oh, shoot, ran right into me. Oh! Got 3,000 yet? Oh, almost there. Get back to the other guy. And get him amped up. Right now I'm trying to earn points for my other character. Because his guns suck. I need to upgrade it. Somebody's have a game called Loaded. I need to realize I Loaded. I play Loaded faithfully every day. Yes. Oh, I'll be on down. Oh, it's good life. Alright, that 30,000. I want to go one more time. Okay, some really good points here. What time we got here? Late. Damn, 9:41? Jeez. Wait. We got here at 10. We got here at 10 o'clock. No, really, because we gotta go now. We're already going. Come on, man. One more game, Pickle. I got loads on my computer. I'm just saying it's so fun. I actually transferred my account from here over there. Yes. There's a forklift I could have taken. There we go. Oh shoot, hold on. On the floor. Oh, man, that had a good run. I gotta reach 40,000. All right, people, I gotta get out of here. Thank you for your time and